everyone, my name is Joanne. I'm coming to you live from New York. I'm also known as #UnicornBoss. So as you guys are jumping online tonight, go ahead and hit me up with some rainbow or some unicorn emojis because those are my favorite. If you're catching me live, go ahead and leave me a number 1. And if you're grabbing me on the replay, go ahead and leave me a number 2. So I'm really excited tonight, you guys. I'm going to be talking about a topic that's kind of close to my heart. So I've got kind of a fun story behind this whole topic. So get ready for some story time. I'm talking about how to keep promises to yourself and why that's so important. So normally I would be doing a cooking video with you all, but I'm like 27 hours into my 60-hour fast. So can't do any cooking tonight. And if you're on the keto reboot, feel free to comment reboot and let me know how you're feeling because I am super high vibe and energy right now. And like literally I can barely focus. So hopefully I'll be able to maintain and be with you here all tonight. So I see a bunch of you guys jumping online. Welcome. Make sure you say hi and let me know where you're coming in from. Thank you so much for the share, Christina. If you enjoy my page and if you enjoy the content and the high vibe that we provide here, make sure you go ahead and share this video out with your friends and family. I so appreciate the love and support. So let me say hi to a few people. Hi, Christina. Hi, Alana. Hi, Marshall. Hi, Diane. Hey, Andrew. Thanks for joining tonight. So if you're a brand new friend, go ahead and comment new below. That way I can circle back around and connect with you. And if we're not friends yet, don't forget to go ahead and send me a friend request. So that way I can say hi because I love connecting with brand new people. So for tonight's topic, being that I can't do a cooking video, we're just going to have a little heart to heart. So I'm going to talk about keeping promises and why they're important to yourself. So I'm reading this book. I'll go ahead and link it in the comments here after in case anybody is a book nerd like me. I love to read. So if you love to read, go ahead and leave me some book emojis below. It's called Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. And in, I think, chapter 2 or 3, she talks about the importance of keeping promises to yourself. And this is this reoccurring theme that keeps coming back to my life. So I had something really heartfelt and amazing happen to me tonight. So I had a friend reach out to me asking for help on her health journey. Somebody who's near and dear to my heart, somebody I haven't talked to since high school. Absolutely love her with all my heart. And I just had this opportunity to really help this person change their life and start feeling better. And it like brought me to tears because there was so much love there. And I just kept thinking like about how did I get to in this space where I'm truly living my dreams and I'm truly helping people. I'm making a difference in this world. And I'm kind of becoming known for, you know, the ketogenic lifestyle and this transformation and everything that I share about every night in my lives with you. So I was kind of thinking about how I got to this space where I'm just feeling so high vibe and doing that thing that you feel like, you know, I always tell you guys, do that thing that makes your heart skip a beat. That thing that scares you, that thing that causes you to dream big, whatever it is that is your soul work that you feel calling you. It's so scary sometimes, but you just really need to go for it. So here I am, I'm in this moment and I've been referred from a friend to a friend to a friend, getting back and I'm just in this space and I'm thinking, how on earth did I get here? It feels so fantastic. It feels so amazing. I'm so humbled by it. And I realized the whole reason why I'm here is because I kept a promise to myself. And I'm like literally going to get emotional, you guys, between being on the fast and having all of this energy and then having this amazing thing happen tonight. I'm just like, I'm totally shook. So the reason why I got here is because I kept a promise to myself. You know, back in October when I decided I was tired of being sick all the time and I was going to do something about it, I made a promise to myself that I was going to keep trying and I was going to keep searching and I was going to keep trying to get healthy and I was going to, whether it was take the ketones and find a supplement or do the ketogenic lifestyle, whether I was going to develop my keto cooking. For those of you that follow my journey, you know I hate cooking, but I still managed to get on here and cook 5 or 6 times a week to show you guys that this lifestyle is really possible and you can truly live the life of your dreams. So all of these things were promises that I made to myself and I'm just watching the blessings unfold and it's happening and it's so impactful and it's so life-changing. And you know, when I was in Kentucky recently, I went on a business trip down in Louisville and when I was down there, I joined this challenge to do live videos every day for the next 30 days. And I know I talked about this a a few weeks ago. And I have been, while I used to do live videos occasionally, I didn't do them every day of the week. So I made a commitment to myself and I promised myself that I was going to do this thing. And as a result, my business is exploding. I'm getting all of these messages. People are thanking me every day for what I do. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, how did this happen? How did I get here? And it's because I learned how to keep a promise to myself. And that was something that I really sucked at. So if anybody can relate, give me some hearts below. I'm great at keeping promises to the whole wide world. So sometimes to complete strangers, to family members, to my friends and family, people I really love and care about. I will keep a promise until the end of time, until death do us part, because I love people so hard. But ask me to keep a promise to myself, and it's completely negotiable. I mean, oh my goodness, can any of you guys relate? I'm like getting like chills right now. And I used to tell myself these same set of excuses. So I'm going to read some things out here that I wrote down, and you can let me know if they resonate with you. And if they do, leave me some hearts below. But I would tell myself, it's okay. Nice and simple. It's okay. Or I'm tired. I mean, how many times did I tell myself I was tired and I couldn't keep a promise to myself? I'm stressed. I mean, that's a valid thing that happens sometimes, and that's a reason why we sometimes don't do that thing that we've promised ourselves to do. So thanks for the love, Anna. I really appreciate the encouragement, because this is really scary to share. Like, I'm really putting myself out there right now. So the name of the book, Allison, is called Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. So another thing that I used to tell myself, and I still do sometimes, is that I don't have the time. I just don't have the time. You know, it's been a busy day. A lot of things have gone wrong. I almost cursed there, sorry. I kind of have a potty mouth sometimes. Or I would say tomorrow is fine. Don't worry about it. You can get it done tomorrow. You know, and there's that fine line of being gentle with yourself, where you give yourself some grace and love because you know you've overextended yourself and you've pushed too hard. But then there's that line where it becomes you're constantly breaking those commitments and promises to yourself. And I just realized that, like, that really needs to stop. If I make a promise to myself, I need to keep that promise, because otherwise there's a whole list of things that can happen as kind of a consequence to that. And I'm going to go over it with you guys real quick. So and the last thing is that I say a lot of times is that it can wait. It can wait. It's not too urgent. It's not that big of a deal. I can wait. It can wait a few hours. It can wait till later, whatever it is. And I am like the worst at that. Sometimes I can really be the queen of procrastination. So thanks for all the love. I appreciate you guys. It's helped giving me, giving me motivation to keep going. So how does it make you feel when I say those phrases? And if you feel comfortable sharing, go ahead and comment in the comments and let me know. How does it feel when you know you tell yourself that tomorrow is okay, or it can wait, or you just don't have the time for it? I know for me, it doesn't feel good inside. It feels ugly. It feels wrong. It makes me feel ashamed to know that, like, I do this so often and I make it okay when it's really not. And one thing I've really kind of learned through some of the things that have happened kind of recently in my life with my business and with my personal development and with my growth is that what it really means, what does it mean to you? What it means is that you're not valuing you. And that really hits home, because you are so special and you are so important. And if you're not valuing yourself, how are others going to value you? How are others going to show you love and respect if you're not showing that value to yourself and setting those limits and setting those barriers and putting those parameters up nice and clear so that way you know what's expected of you? Thank you so much, Anna. I so appreciate the love and support. So I'm glad it really resonates with you. Thank you. So I found that by failing these promises to yourself, it actually erodes trust. So how many of you guys have ever had your trust broken? I'm like so emotional right now. I hope I don't cry, you guys. So how many times have you had your trust broken? I know I've had it a hell of a lot of times. And think about how bad that hurts. You know, whether it's a lover, whether it's a best friend, whether it's a family member, sometimes the people closest to us, they break our trust, and it is so catastrophic, and it can really, really hurt and can be so, so painful. And just think about how that feels. And then you do that to yourself every day on the regular, and you brush it off like it's nothing. Like, no, it's not nothing. It means something. And, what happens when you erode trust is that trust is really hard to get back, right? I mean, how about, have you ever been on the other side of the spectrum where you screwed up and you had to own up to it and have like that integrity and that humbleness and just be like, listen, what I did was totally screwed up and wrong, and like, I am sorry, and you have to ask for somebody's forgiveness. And building that trust back, maybe they forgive you, but it never quite gets right. And if it does, it takes a long time to kind of get back where you need to be. And I find that trust is kind of like a plate. You know, you can break the trust and you can throw it down and it breaks, and you can kind of put it back together, but it's never perfectly round again. It's never quite as beautiful, and you can see kind of the scars of that break. So that's what happens to your trust. And just think about how many times a day you're breaking that trust with yourself by not keeping these promises. And I'm the first one. I know this is real talk right now, you guys, and I know this is like really hard for some of you to hear, but I say it with all of the love and all the gentleness, because this is something that I'm literally learning right now, and it's rocking my world. So what I'm learning is that, you know, as you push past the fear of sometimes doing these things, you will start to reap the rewards of the blessings. And I know I talk about this a lot, but for those of you that are new and you don't know, I talk about the arrow a lot, and how fear is kind of like an arrow, and you pull it back and you're just holding it taut and you're aiming, right? And it's so scary. It's so scary. You're trying to push through to the next thing. But if you will just have some faith and release the arrow and let go, it will launch and it will reach its mark, right? And the cool thing about arrows is that it won't come back unless you're really bad at arrow shooting, which I am. And I actually had that happen once if you don't do it right. But typically an arrow does not shoot back at you, right? So if you will just go and push through that fear, the blessings are just there waiting for you. And that's what I'm starting to realize. As I'm beginning to keep these promises to myself, I'm seeing the blessings unfold, which is amazing. Things happening to me that I never expected to happen or would ever happen to me are happening right now. It's amazing. And it's so humbling and it's really exciting. And, you know, one of my mentors says something, and it always impacted me because, you know, when I come home, I've got a busy day, I've got a full-time job, and then I've got my own business, and then I've got a lot of things that I do, a lot of hobbies. I'm a gamer, you know, I read books, I do all the things, I do yoga, you know, got a busy life, just like all of you all do. And, you know, one of my mentors always says that there is peace and consistency. So those things that you don't want to do, that you're always putting off, if you will just make it a regular habit, there's great peace and consistency. Doing the same things that you know you need to do that are expected of you all of the time, there is great peace in that. So like for me, if I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to go live for the next 30 days and keep this promise to myself, once you kind of get past the fear and you start kind of working through it, it starts to become a regular habit and behavior, you find that there's peace in the consistency. I just know I got to get it done, and I'll get it done, and I will do it. And there's great peace in that. And I'm starting to develop real habits and behaviors that are transforming my life, not just my business life, but my personal life, my life at my job, with other people, with friends, with family, the whole 9 yards. It's amazing. Like, I'm totally mind blown with this. So if it's resonating with you, feel free to leave me some hearts below. So what I wanted to do is I kind of came up with, I think there's 7 things here. 7 things that you can do to help keep promises to yourself. And I hope you enjoyed the background and me sharing my heart and kind of talking about why this is so important. And I hope I caused you to think a little bit tonight. So first things first, on what you can do to help keep that promise to yourself is it's about time to make it concrete. That thing that you know you need to do. Let's say you want to make a commitment to go to the gym. You want to get healthy, you want to do something regularly. I like to use the gym because it's something that people can really relate to. Everybody knows they need to work out and get to the gym, and everybody promises themselves that they're going to do it every day. And then guess what happens? It gets pushed to tomorrow. And then it gets pushed to the next day and the next day. And then before you know it, a week has gone by, 2 weeks has gone by, a month has gone by. And how many times have you made it to the gym? 0. A big fat egg. There you go, egg. So that's why I like to use that example, is because it's something that a lot of people can really relate to. So take that thing that you know you want to do, that you want to keep that promise to yourself, that you've been saying to yourself day in and out. Just make it concrete and put it in stone that you're going to do it. That's it, done. No more excuses. Just, that's it. Number 2 is I want you to write it down, because there's something about the action of writing and not just thinking that really helps unfold that action and those motions. It's kind of like, I hate to go back to school days, but I'm one of those people, like, I can't just listen and I can't just think. I need to write and do, otherwise I don't absorb the information. So the same thing. Put it in your mind, set the intention of the thing you want to do, and then write it down, okay? And then I'm going to challenge you with step 3. And in the beginning, you want to make this optional because I know it's super scary and you might need to graduate to this point. But number 3 is tell somebody about your goal. So simple, right? How hard is it to call up your BFF and say, okay, listen, I'm committing right now to the gym at least 3 times a week? Tell somebody. Because guess what? Once you verbalize it, all of a sudden it is hella real. Is it not real? Like, once I went live and I told you guys that I was going to manifest this trip to go to Kentucky and build my dreams, I told like 2,000 people that I was going to do this thing. Talk about scary. And all of a sudden I had some accountability that I had to make this thing happen, right? It's like, holy shit. You know what I mean? So tell somebody. It is so much more real to tell somebody. And I know it's scary. And like I said, you may have to graduate to that. That wasn't something that I was brave enough to do in the beginning. But as you build this muscle and as you get more confident, and as you develop your habits and your behaviors and you change them, you can get to this, I promise. It's still scary. I still do it, and it's still scary. Sometimes I message my mentor and I'm like, I have this thing I want to do. I am scared to death. And she's like, girl, give it to me. And I'm like, this is it. So you will get there, I promise. So number 4 is I want you to set a date by. So a lot of times we have these grand ideal dreams and hopes and aspirations, and we want to do something eventually, right? But guess what happens when you don't set a real date and a time for it? It's so easy to fall off the bandwagon. So before you know it, it's the end of the year, and are you even halfway near your plan to get there? So set a realistic date. Sometimes set an unrealistic date, because sometimes you don't even know it's possible. Sometimes you dream big and you put yourself out there, and then it happens much quicker than you thought you were, which can be really, really exciting. So set a date for it and actually work towards it every day. And let's see, I can't even read my handwriting here, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, number 5 is, thanks for the love, you guys. Number 5 is to start small and build. And I know this is kind of like an oxymoron because I tell you guys to dream big all the time and put yourself out there, which I want you to do too. But sometimes you need to start small. I think part of the problem, at least for me, why I break these promises to myself a lot is because I make too big of plans. So for instance, we'll use the gym example. So you make the promise to yourself that you're going to work out 5 days a week. Now that is a super awesome goal. If you haven't worked out in a year or a few months, is it really realistic? Are you going to be able to keep that promise to yourself? How about you start small? How about you start with 2 days a week or 3 days a week and commit to it, write it in stone, set a date that you're going to do this for 30 days and build that habit. Tell somebody about it so you have a little bit of accountability and a little bit of push there, and then work on it. And if it becomes easy by week 3, add on a day. But sometimes it's a little bit easier to start small and set a goal that you can actually achieve and then build that momentum so that way you can grow bigger and stronger and do more and have that confidence and that self-esteem with yourself. Because that's something that I forgot to mention earlier. When you're constantly breaking your trust with yourself and you're not meeting and you're breaking your promises, it does a number to your confidence and it does a number to your self-esteem. It just totally destroys it. And it makes you stop believing in yourself, and it's so detrimental to your own health and well-being. So I encourage you, I implore you through this, what I'm sharing tonight, to please stop breaking those promises to yourself. Okay, so number 6 is an easy one, kind of easy. Do it no matter what, no excuses. I can't tell you, even though I love coming online with you guys every night and sharing my story and cooking and helping with your health journey, and sometimes we do fun things, we play video games or whatever. Like I went live in Times Square the other night. That was super fun. Scary, hella scary, but fun. but do it no matter what. There are so many times where I'm like, oh gosh, I really don't want to go live tonight because I'm scared, or I've got this, or I don't know what to talk about sometimes. And you can have that moment of wavering, but then you just have to get it done. Just do it no matter what. No excuses. Don't allow it. So have that moment of wavering and then just push right through it. And number 7, the very last tip that I have for you guys on how you can stop breaking promises to yourself and just rebuild that trust. And this one actually isn't necessarily for you. So number 7 is hold others to the same standard. So if you want to build a stronger, more beautiful, more spiritual, and well-balanced life, and you want to keep promises to yourself, and you want to grow and do all of the amazing things and dream big, hold others to that same standard too. Don't make it negotiable. And if you find that you have people in your life that are toxic, that encourage you to break promises to yourself, or maybe they're constantly dropping the ball in their own life and breaking those promises to themselves, maybe that's something that you need to reevaluate that relationship. Doesn't mean you need to cut them off completely. Doesn't mean you have to stop talking to them. You can still love and support them, but sometimes you just need to kind of take a step back and do what's right for you. And I just find that sometimes a lot of us are involved in so many toxic relationships that just bring us down, that really just aren't good for our health, that, it's so hard to hold yourself to that standard when you're around other people that don't do it as well. Find yourself a tribe of high vibe, awesome men and women that are going to help you be the very best version of yourself. So that is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that you really enjoyed the content. It was super on my heart. And after getting this opportunity to share with my friend tonight, it was just, I couldn't go tonight without talking about it. And it's kind of funny because I had no idea what I was going to talk about tonight. And then the universe dropped this opportunity right in my lap. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please share it out with your friends and family. I so appreciate the love and support. Make sure you keep those promises to yourself. And if you want an accountability buddy to help you do so, feel free to send me a message at any time. I'm definitely here for you guys. I love and support you every step of the way, especially on your health journey. If there's anything that you need on the keto journey, make sure you send me a message. I am totally here for you. And if you're on the keto reboot, we're almost, like 27, 28 hours in. Don't give up. You've got one full day tomorrow, and then we finish our fast on Wednesday morning. So I know you've got this. Keep that promise to yourself. I am super excited for you all. Thank you. Have a great night, and I will be back here again tomorrow to chit chat with you. Take care.